It's crazy with the cocaine thing. Ariel, look you dead in your eyes. I don't like coke. I'm not a coke guy, you know.
I beat you after a weekend of cocaine.
And prostitutes.
Nah, I really do appreciate my sobriety. I love it, Joe.
No,
All right, John, go 2 rounds. So I do have to place you on the rest of the guy, okay?
I went through a light. It was like a green light that said that I could turn left.
It was a red light for him, and he ran the red light.
The victim says
anxiety releases stress hormones that stimulate the body and keep it alert. One of these hormones, cortisol, has a side effect of drying your mouth when it's elevated. Licking lips and gulping help lubricate your dry throat and mouth. In the next clips, Jon is talking about a hit and run he committed. What he is hiding, however, is the fact that he was drunk driving at the time, and that is why he fled the scene. His body is on high alert, trying not to slip up and mention the fact that he was drunk at the time. Watch how many times he gulps or licks his lips in the span of 3 minutes.
And I ended up running into a car. I was definitely disoriented. So I literally, I step out of the car, but I knew shit, like couldn't find the bowl, and I just took off running.
Did you look at the
other friend's house? I had maybe like 2 hours of sleep, and I didn't realize that I still wasn't ready to drive. So I knew I smelled like alcohol, and
But you didn't even look.
no, I didn't look. No.
Wow.
But yeah, I had no clue. I had no clue that it was even a woman that I hit. Well, kind of. And at the end of the day, I was.
They're right.
I've been trying to do things the right way for a while now. I've had misfortune. I really have. And when you're me, people aren't going to give you the benefit of the doubt. First of all, because I'm good, and because I've done bad things in the past. But I had a situation where I took a male enhancement pill, which I'm sure 40% of men in America have tried at least before. I would imagine. I took a male enhancement pill, and I got fired from work and publicly humiliated, and became somebody who was labeled a cheater. No one sympathizes for me because I'm a multimillionaire, famous athlete. No one wants to sympathize for people like me. But you just gotta go with it. So he must be guilty. It's just like instead of trying to instead of having like this poor me campaign, I just learned to say it, and just keep getting mine, man. That's all I can do. Just keep getting mine.
Are you doing anything differently in this camp to ensure there's no
Yeah.
problems this time?
Well, that's the scariest thing about this situation, Ariel. It's like my last camp. I hired a doctor she had all these degrees, and she was doing my nutrition and supplementation, and I had a bigger team around me in that last fight than I've ever had before. Just literally, I had a guy just to carry my duffel bag. I had people in my nutrition. I had guys for every martial arts discipline. I had hired so many people to ensure that I beat Daniel Cormier, and I felt like we did everything right. And for literally, if you think about the visual of a pinch of salt being thrown into an Olympic-sized swimming pool, you can't control every factor. I mean, there's a chance that your listeners or you have possibly had something in your body at one point in your life that USADA would bust you for. The difference between me and you is USADA doesn't drug test everyday people. I mean, on Fight Week, we're not allowed to have certain sleep medications because you can pop for things that are in sleep medications. So I felt like I was doing things right leading up to the first Daniel Cormier fight, but I fell short. And all I can do is just continue to and just try to do things right, man. Just try to do things right and just be even more careful. The thing about being even more careful is you can run into a place where you're starting to become slightly paranoid. And paranoia, you don't trust people. You don't want anybody to bring you food, nobody to fix you a cup of coffee. I haven't even had coffee I've been doing interviews all day and been in studios all day, and every secretary has asked me today, do I want a cup of coffee before I start my interview? I've said no to every person because I don't trust people the way I used to. So So, am I doing anything differently? I really feel like I've been doing things right for a long time. Last time I really fucked up was when I got in a hit-and-run car accident 4 years ago. Since then, I took a mental enhancement pill, like people do all the time. Lost my job over it. In this last situation, I can say that I have no clue where it came from, and know that probably 60% of people won't believe me. Allegation type of thing. Wasn't an allegation. I did have a trace amount of steroids in my body. Thank goodness USADA went through the whole process to prove my innocence. Through science, we were able to prove that there was a very trace amount of steroids in my body. One of the people said the amount of steroids in Jon's body was like taking a pinch of salt and throwing it into an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
But what was it doing there in the first place?
And that's something that we have no clue how it got into my body. We did everything in our power to figure out how it got into my body, where this came from. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars through all this testing and getting supplements tested, and we were still not able to figure out where it came from.
What would you think if you heard an athlete, you're watching?
It goes to show how dominant I've been in the sport.
Jon, I want to talk to that for a second.
Go ahead.
You are the guy who we all saw and said, that's the highest peak anyone's ever hit.
Right.
That's not the same thing as saying the greatest fight.
USADA was able to prove that it was such a trace amount that it had no effect on my performance. I've always passed every drug test.
Can you still be the best fighter in the sport?
I am the best fighter in the sport. I always have been.
Can you be as good as you ever were?
Nothing's changed. So I should perform it exactly the way that I've always.